Hey everyone! Welcome once again to this new video. Honestly, this is a pretty big accomplishment for me, as this is the first devlog series I got a third part of. All others were or delayed very far ahead or just quit completely, and this is going to be my first third episode of a devlog. I've been really busy working with 3D art currently, but I really want to push through and keep this project going. On the first part, I did things using the universal render pipeline, and I made a 2-part tutorial on that subject, and the link is of course in the description. I definitely recommend you checking it out if you're into game dev. If you are new here, please consider subscribing, as it really helps me and the channel out a lot. And let's get right into the video. Hey everyone, here we are again. Well, I'm now going to start on my 5th week. I lost my phone somewhere. Alright, so I lost my phone somewhere. So I'll be using my iPad for this. I'll be once again counting for 4 hours. Today I'll be mostly working on refactoring everything I had. Everything needs to be more clean, more efficient, and I'm also going to work on the visuals of the game, so it's gonna be more visually pleasing. I also ordered two new assets on the Unity Asset Store during the sale. Definitely check out the sale because there's a lot on very big sales, so definitely check that out. I have 2 nice assets and I'll be implementing them into the game. They will basically also help me with refactoring using different colors and icons, but you will probably see that in the video. I'm really excited, so I'm gonna click like the button and we are now ready to go. The first thing I did was get to the Unity Asset Store and make very good use of the Unity Assets sale and bought the Rainbow Folders and Rainbow Hierarchy pack, which gave me the possibility to improve the clarity of my different game objects and files with the different colors and icons. I implemented this in the game, and after finishing that, I found out my upgrade menu was gone. It was deleted and I had to remake it. And after that I went back to what I was doing last week, which was actually working on the editor to make it compatible with all the different towers, so I only had to use one editor for the different towers. When that was done, 1 hour already passed, and I finally started working on the visuals of the game. I started with setting up the universal render pipeline. Once again, tutorials in the description. That luckily went pretty smoothly, because I have a good tutorial in the description. Nah, I'll quit. Before I was going to go crazy with shaders, I first wanted to create a better play area, because of course otherwise it wouldn't really give me an accurate representation of what it was going to look like with post-processing. When I was done with making my player area a bit bigger, I started adding post-processing to the environment and some experimenting later, and it had a nice look to my game. But of course, I didn't want there to be an empty void behind the player area, so I decided to get into Blender and create some new nice mountains. I made them pretty quickly, and with a bit of tweaking later to the environment, the world was almost done. Now I went once again back to actually editing my environment to add some more ground everywhere, because currently it looked like the ground just disappeared, and it still does, but it does look a little bit better now. As I was already going for almost 3 hours, I decided to take a quick break in between and play some Beat Saber. Because the timer was still running, I also decided to increase the play speed of the games, so I could play more games within a shorter amount of time, which I think was a pretty smart idea. After my little break, I went back to working on my environment by adding some more trees. When I was done, I started finishing up the towers, so they were also able to be used with the upgrade mechanic. Then I just added some more detail to the mortar and magic towers,
and I was done and over with the first week.
Alright guys, I'm done. I think I'll have like 10 minutes left. Gotta check to make sure. Alright, I still have 9 minutes. Well, like you see, I still have 9 minutes left, but I'm done for today. Everything is actually looking really great. I had a lot of progress. I'm excited to think about what I'm going to do tomorrow. Like, not tomorrow, next week. But I assume I'll give the player the opportunity to move around, because that's all VR, right? Like the experience seeing stuff. It's not really fun if you're just statically standing still. So I'm probably gonna do walking around tomorrow and like moving around with different hand movements. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. See you next week.
Well, sadly I didn't have any speaking part this time. It was a pretty rough day for me, and this also were my 4 worst hours yet. But let's get right into it and talk about the few to no things I actually got done. I started on following a tutorial on moving around my scene using the trackpad, and like you see, of course it didn't work on first try. Alright, I'm now going to skip past 2.5 hours because I was just bug fixing and I just didn't achieve anything. And now, after I finally found the bug after those 2.5 hours, and I was finally able to move around in my scene. It was still not what I wanted, so I also wanted to be able to do rotating stuff. And when that was done, it started breaking again, and I was just having such a bad day that after that I just quit the session because I wasn't going to achieve anything else, and actually I only quit 30 minutes before the end, so in those 4 hours I almost got nothing done. So that was definitely a very frustrating experience of mine. But I mean, it happens. Not every day is going to be quick, and yeah, I mean, it happens. And let's now get right into the outro, because of course I also didn't say anything after those 4 horrible hours. Alright everyone, this is the end of this video. I made some nice progress in the first week, and sadly the second week was a lot harder. But I mean, it can't all be easy, right? So I'm going to round off this video here. If you like this video, definitely give it a like. And if you want to see more of my content, please consider subscribing. Of course, I hope you have a nice day, and I hope to see you next week. Bye.